Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Just share the link in Discord and Twitter. Gonna give people some time to join and then we'll get started as usual. Can everyone hear me, by the way? Is the music not too loud? Is the audio of my mic okay? And can you see the Bitcoin charts? If those are fine, we should be good to go. Yes, all right. Sound is good. All right, perfect. Gonna wait like 5 more minutes. Well, let's say 2 to 3 more minutes, and then we'll get started. Goedemorgen. Koffietijd. Let's see, we might see some fireworks on Bitcoin during the stream. I think we're at a point where we either start breaking down and see significant downside, to be honest, or we start bouncing and see new local highs. So yeah, should be an exciting one. But yeah, we'll give my thoughts on Bitcoin in a sec. What I'm watching, stuff like that. Let's just see the USDT charts. New York is gonna send it. Let's see. I'm in a small long personally, nothing too big. I've been risking less since we started dumping from up here. Started taking it easy after this dump, which was good since, yeah, markets didn't quite move a lot the last couple days. We saw pretty damn nice upside on altcoins and on Bitcoin, obviously, during all of this. But ever since here, things have been slowing down. So now it's all about keeping those gains, taking it easy, risk less, de-risk until we see clean setups again. Right, 60 people here. Welcome everyone, welcome. Gonna wait 1 more minute, then we'll get started. Giving my thoughts on Bitcoin. We'll do some questions, some requests after. So keep those for then, please. Hello, sir. Hello, Paulinover. Hello, boss. Hello, Gabriel. What's up? All right, let's get started. Before we get into the charts, I want to say shout out to Bybit for sponsoring my live streams. Bybit exchange where you can trade most of the alts that are going around, with one of the best liquidity out of all exchanges, in my opinion. Great exchange, solid execution, never had problems with them. Link is in the description, feel free to use it. They are sponsoring me, so I keep doing these live streams on a weekly basis. We might even do 2 live streams this week, but we'll see. But anyways, if you use the link in the description to make a Bybit account, you'll also get added to my Discord, where I post all of my trades live and more analysis and stuff. So worth checking out the link in the description. If you use the link, you can also get up to $30,000 in deposit bonus, and you can get all Coin Market Manager features for free. So all of those things simply by using my link in the description. So big thanks to Bybit for sponsoring. Also leave a like on the video. There's 70 people watching at the moment. Let's try to get at 50 likes by the end of the stream at least, right? So hit the like button, takes 1 second, and that helps me a lot. I'm trying to grow my YouTube, trying to hit 5k subscribers. So also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, leave a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat and I'll get to them after I talked about Bitcoin. All right. So I'm gonna start off with Bitcoin. Let's remove these low time frame levels for now and focus on this chart for a while. Okay, so we've been trading in this range, yada yada yada. Every time the same things, to be honest, that I'm saying on the higher time frames, that we're still range bound within these 2 boundaries. The low here that got swept down here after the FTX crash, boom, nuke below, and then this accumulation below range low that sent us towards range high. Well, you could argue that range high got swept. Personally, for me, I'm not calling this a sweep of the range high. Okay, I think we should see a higher sweep, right? Something like this, and then break back down below. So in my opinion, as you guys know, as I've been saying, in my opinion, there's still a shitload of liquidity resting up here. Okay. But yeah, now the question is, do we blindly long it in there? What are the plans? How do we want to get long? Where do we possibly want to de-risk? All of that stuff, right? We saw this move to the upside, aggressive upside, right? And then made this high. This was the first high where we saw, so after consolidating and sweeping some highs on the lower time frame, so sweep, 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 right? No clean breakouts to the upside, and instead from this high we started making new local lows, right there, and then obviously this one. So from this high we saw the first sign of exhaustion, okay, which is why that high is pretty important in my opinion. From the lows, right, from these lows we went straight back up towards the highs, but we failed, right, to see continuation. Instead, we saw ugly price action above this high where we again swept highs and broke back down below. As soon as we broke down below, or this one, right, we retested and then saw downside. So what does that tell you, right? Purely from a liquidity standpoint, right? If liquidity to the upside has been taken, where's the draw on liquidity going to be next? Well, to the downside, to the low that led to the sweep of the high. So my main plan for Bitcoin is watching how we react at this low. Why? Also, I'm thinking that this low is important, well, because it lines up almost perfectly with the tap, well, it is perfectly, to be honest, of this range mean level, right? Range mean, which has been pivotal all of this time, right? As you can see, perfect tap, perfect resistance, then smashed above, retest, beautiful bounce, boom, back to range highs. Now we're coming close to that area again. So how do we approach this? Well, in my opinion, as long as we don't close below range mean and below this low, things are looking good. Okay, so what I would like to see personally is a sweep of that low, right? And then a fast reclaim. If we don't and we start closing below this range mean, the trigger for longs for me is pretty easy. That would be a reclaim and a close back above. Okay, so this level for me is pretty important. As long as we hold above that, and as I said, I'm allowing sweeps below, right? And I even want to see the sweep below, because that would take out liquidity to the downside and make the draw bigger to the upside again, right? And then close above, well, then I'll be long. Invalidation, probably keep it around there. Depends how low the sweep went, right? If the sweep went low enough and we start reclaiming range mean and this range low level, I might keep my stop below this low, otherwise keep it a little wider. Target this range high level, and if we start managing to reclaim this, then we can start talking about higher targets. Okay, so the key resistance for Bitcoin in order to target 25k plus would be a break above this supply. Okay, the sideways price action up here that led to the downside, which already got retested here, by the way. But if we manage to smash back above there and hold, right, then I think we're good for the next leg, at least into here. So then I think 28Ks are coming. Now, as long as we don't, right, I think the draw on liquidity is to the downside locally towards this low. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming days or weeks, we start attacking this low, right, and do something like this. Okay, we'll get into the lower time frames and explain why I'm in a small long already. I was yesterday as well. We'll go over that as well. But that's what I'm mainly watching on the higher time frames. Now, something that I really like about that plan as well is if we zoom out and take a look at the monthly even, right? I'm gonna take the other charts now. Yep, as you can see, we've got last month's low, which is this level, so February low, right? And under that, we've got this monthly breaker, right? So monthly breaker, sideways price action that led to a down move. People were accumulating shorts in this area. That area got ignored to the upside. So when price retests that area, the people who shorted here will want to get out of their positions, which often acts as buying pressure, which is why often these kind of structures tend to be support for price. Okay, hope this makes sense. If it's not, check out my pin post on Twitter. I have an educational video there about all of these concepts that I use. Okay, but that's what I'm really liking about Bitcoin as well, right? That monthly breaker is resting slightly lower than the sweep we were watching on the daily, but it lines up. You know, if you're looking for the next decent sized swing to the upside, I think your best bet is longing the sweep of last month's low with invalidation below this area. As you can see, even if you target that supply, you already have 1.7R, which is high, maybe even 2R if you manage to catch a nice entry. You already have 2R, and that's a pretty high probability trade in my opinion, worth taking. So that's what I'm watching on the higher time frames, looking for a sweep of this last month's low. Feel like there's a shitload of liquidity resting below there. So once that's gone and we manage to reclaim this, that's where the next pump should come from, right? Now, that's all for the bullish plans. What's with the bearish plans? Well, what if we do bounce from here, right? Where would I be looking for shorts? Well, that's pretty simple. We've got the highs, local highs resting there. Local lows got swept. Well, slightly an equal low on on the inverse perps on Bybit, but on the USDT perps it got swept. But anyways, if we bounce from here, right, and we do this before sweeping this, right, and break back down, or I might even blindly look for shorts there, keep my stops above here. Why there? This was a high that got swept here before we saw the next leg. So in my opinion, this should hold. So if we bounce here, I'll be looking for shorts there, invalidation up there, and target down here, and maybe even a little lower at that point. Because why? At that point, we would have taken liquidity to the upside, right? So the draw on liquidity would be significantly more to the downside. If we go for the lows first, right, and do this without taking all of this liquidity, then that's the draw on liquidity would be significantly more to the upside, which would give longs higher probability in succeeding because of that draw and yeah, all of these lower highs stops resting there, which would only accelerate price. All right, so if we go for the low, right, and we see a reclaim of last week's low, of last month's low, I'll be looking for longs. If we bounce here and go for the highs first, I'll be looking for shorts. Now, why did I enter a long earlier today? I longed yesterday initially on the sweep of, it was this candle, right? Oh shit. Exit, yes. Replay. There, right? This was the chart. I entered some longs. Why? Well, you maybe saw me posting my plan that it would be typical Bitcoin if you would sweep these lows and front run this one, right? Now, the reason I said that, right, and that's gonna be some alpha, I think, is because whenever Bitcoin doesn't move like this, right, it often extends price, right, and then it bounces significantly, trading higher already, right, and then just starts chopping. And where are the real stops going to be resting? That's going to be here, here, and at the local lows, right? There's going to be more liquidity resting below those than there is going to be below those. And that's why what you often get is price just takes out these. Everyone waiting for this low gets front run because they have enough liquidity just sweeping these. And that's what we saw here. Well, obviously in this case, we didn't get any continuation to the upside. So I closed, where was it? I think after this candle, closed at break even because I wanted to see the straight continuation. Holy shit. As you saw on the 15-minute as well, right? We swept, strong buyback, and then instantly popped but closed back ugly again. If we would have closed here, we would probably have gone for the highs, but that wasn't the case. Anyways, that was the plan, just a day trade plan, right? A scalp, nothing more. Why am I long right now? If we take a look at the 4-hour, right, what was the area where we started pumping from to new local highs? That was this one, right? So people accumulating longs, boom, price returning to that area, bounced, okay. Now seeing some slower downside while sweeping some lows, while we have left quite some highs up there, up here, 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 and now here, right? And it's the typical Bitcoin structure you tend to see, where price does this. Talked about this a lot, you know. Whenever you have a key low there, right? Price does this, makes lower highs. All the people shorting put their stops there. Stops. Key low right here with a key area resting right below. What does price do? It sweeps that low, stopping those people who longed out into that area, and then price starts ripping, taking those stops acting as buying pressure, and price squeezes all of the shorts and goes for all of the highs at once, right? That's what you often get with Bitcoin. Of course, nothing's guaranteed, but seeing a similar structure here where you have key demand resting, price makes a key low down here, price makes lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, sweeps them, and then goes for all of them at once. So I personally wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin either goes from here, right, or we see just one more dip, right, and then start pumping hard. Well, hard, nothing significant, but just as a day trade, this is good enough for me to start looking for some longs. So that's why I entered a long already this morning, was down here. I had a pretty damn good entry, was somewhere around there, and kept my stop. Where was it? Let me check. 21,480, around there. Because this was the low that got swept. Right, swept. So if that doesn't hold, I think this ID is invalidated. But that's the initial plan of the long. Now, what would be nice if now all of those things I just explained all come together and we do. Okay, and we do something like this, where we sweep the low. Now go for the highs, right? Take the highs, and where's liquidity resting? Then below there, right? So if we go for the highs here, I will be looking for shorts there, trade it back down towards the lows. Okay, that would just be a beautiful scenario for Bitcoin, in my opinion. Not sure I'm gonna get it. If we shit the bed from here, so be it. I'm not risking much, as I said. Trading been going amazing for me this year so far, so definitely want to keep those gains, so not gonna over risk or anything. But yeah, if the setup's there, you need to take it. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking a valid setup, and there's nothing to blame but the market if it's going the other way around. All right, just talked a whole bunch. I hope it made sense. Does anyone have any questions, or is that clear for everyone? "51 likes, awesome. Thank you guys. If you haven't liked yet, feel free to leave a like. Subscribe to my YouTube, trying to hit 5K. We'll get it these next couple weeks, I'm sure, so subscribe if you haven't already. Was clear, very clear. All right, awesome. Do you use any rules for your entries, exits? Not really rules. I'm not the kind of guy that has like check boxes that I need to check all of the boxes in order to get into a trade. I feel like every trade is different, and there's always other kinds of circumstances and aspects to the trade. And yeah, you just need to have enough confluence on the trade ID and enough probability of the trade succeeding, and if those are fine, and you manage your risk, it's fine to enter. Smash the like button. Yeah, smash the like button. 65 likes. Whoa, thank you guys. Are you now in a long, or you want one more low before long? I just explained, I'm in a small long, yes, with invalidation below there. Yeah, I mean, just rewatch if you missed that part, because I explained all of it. Have a look at XRP. I will. Will you have a look at some alts? Yes, we do some alts. Rose, all right, we will take a look at those. Like wait on the 12-hour SFP before looking for longs. Yeah, I mean, I could see us go for another sweep before any significant bounce. I agree, but like I said, the long I'm in right now, I think I'm around break even, and it's like 0.3 R. So definitely wouldn't be losing too much if I get stopped. Meanwhile, the reward for upsides is definitely pretty decent. Because I entered somewhere there, stop is, I don't know, somewhere there, and target, well, somewhere here, so that's above 2R, that's definitely fine for me. You're playing the CBS tunes. I'm not sure. I've been playing these lo-fi beats for like, yeah, over a year, so it's possible that we play the same music. Not sure. XRP flying? Damn. What's your average risk to reward, and what do you think about funded account? Funded account. I don't know. I feel like if you're a good trader, just trade your own money. And if you're a good trader, you don't need a funded account. Then you'll get yourself a nice stack of money that's more than enough to trade for yourself. Do we take macro into account, regulations, FUD, etc.? Not really. The reason why is because, well, there's two different things and between trading and investing, right? And now we're just talking trading. And trading, I'm just trading level to level. I'll mostly be out of a trade within the same day or within the same 2 to 3 days. And in my opinion, yeah, you just know if you're right or if you're wrong within those days, and so be it. So I'm not gonna not long because of the look of macro events, you know? That doesn't make sense. And the news and stuff, I purely trade the chart and that's it. Please look at FTM. Yes, I will. Is 2 risk to reward your minimum? It depends. Ideally, I'd like to go for a risk to reward of 2 at least. But at the same time, if I have a 1.5 or trade and I think the probability is high enough, I will probably take it. Hello George, are you taking into account that Bitcoin may visit even the bottom of the channel at some point? Yes, of course. That's fine. Like I said, if you start closing below here, right, what do I want to see in order to get into longs again? A reclaim of our range mean. If we close down here, Bitcoin can do whatever the fuck it wants, can trade all the way back down here. If you reclaim this, I'll get into the longs again, targeting higher. And that's pretty much it. I just think that we haven't seen the local top yet. Because of this, you know, this trapped so many people, right? I was longing down here, but many people were saying we were going to 8K, to 10K, to 12K from there. And instead we swept this low, right? And then boom, reclaimed and just sent to new highs. So my invalidation for new highs would be a break back below this area. But I think that's not going to happen anytime soon. I think if we revisit this, you would be lucky to get into some longs. But yeah, I can be wrong. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But I bought spots here on the reclaim at 17K. And I'm targeting higher. Would be a classic reaccumulation range here, right? Upside, make a high, make a low, sweep the high, sweep the low, continuation. What's your signal that this confirms? The sweep of the low and ideally the reclaim of range mean. So what would that mean? See the levels, how beautifully they line up, right? If you just draw a range, right? Boom and boom, right? You can already see how pivotal the range mean was here. And you can already see that range mean is resting right above what? Those local highs. So wouldn't that line up perfectly with the plan of shorting if we go for the highs first and sweep the highs into range mean, right? And longing the sweep there if we reclaim, right? And if we reclaim this, that this would confirm that this whole thing was just reaccumulation. That's how I see it. I think this pops. I think we don't see a lot of downside before higher. But yeah, and as I said in the beginning of the stream, I think we're at a point where we either break down and see this, or we start pumping. What leverage do you use? Leverage doesn't matter. It's about the risk you trade. Always calculate how much money you'd lose if you get stopped, and that's all that matters. And then just risk 2%, maybe 3% a trade. That's the way to go. Leverage simply doesn't matter. Are you a full-time trader? Yes. All right. Let's take a look at some alts, right? So I saw Ripple first. Holy damn. Yeah, this was still that chart from some weeks, months ago. Where we said here that this could be a local top, and then we retraced all the way into range mean, swept once more, and now seeing some bullish price action. Let's start on a clean chart actually. Let's take one with a little more data. Yeah, you can already see that we're sitting at major support, right? So once this breaks out, I wouldn't be surprised if this trades all the way towards these highs. Once it reclaims this, it's probably off to here. Keeping that in mind on the lower time frames. Yeah, I really like this sweep, to be honest. Once this area gets reclaimed, I think this pops. I might be looking for some longs on this, because this is your classic coin that once it starts going, it's going big. You know, once this pops, it's gonna pop big. So you just want to get in. Now the question is how, right? This looks like a nice area. If we close the 4 hour strong up here, retest that area, stops below here. Target a lot higher. Something like that. Although this is gonna be big supply as well. Right. So take some off on the highs. But yeah, this looks good for new local highs in my opinion. See? At least back towards here, in my opinion. Marco, what's up? Volatility incoming, Powell's speech soon. Hey, let's see. Bro, sorry, but makes no sense. Who should buy this 2x from now? Yeah, let's see. Let's see the Bitcoin pair. Ripple is such an ugly chart though. But see, that's what I mean with once it goes, it goes. See these pumps, you know, if you're in those can really make your month or make your year even. Yeah, they're getting smaller to be honest, but what if it does this now? Same with Link. That was one I was watching recently. Link has been trading sideways on the weekly for almost a year, right? For 10 months. Once it breaks out of this range, it's probably gonna pump hard. Link is a stable coin, yeah. Or what I would also love on Link is something like this. Lol, it looks ready to fall off a cliff, but anyways. If it deviates below or sweeps range low and then reclaims, bro, that's your trigger. Get in and target the highs. I love these kind of trade setups on altcoins especially. Also talked about this a lot already. On altcoins, price does this. Well, first it comes down, so it has an explosive bull run, right? Then years, months and months or years of downside into the origin of the move, right? Makes a low, starts ranging, right? Sees a pump, comes back down, blah, blah, blah. Then looks like it's breaking down, right? Then it reclaims range low, right? That's your trigger for longs, and then it just sends back towards the highs, right? And I love these setups on altcoins. And go check some altcoin charts on the daily, you know, and you'll see it. The explosive move or the bull market, right? Then slow downside, months and months. Then once it starts bottoming and it starts ranging, right? It tends to go once more for the lows, and then once we reclaim that, you send back towards the local highs, and that's where you want to target. And not hold for new highs, but just get the fuck out at the highs. So maybe Link does something similar, I don't know. Something like this, reclaim, and then boom. We'll have to see. Yeah, but that's a complete different scenario. If we deviate the lows, then let's go. Let's check. Woo! This took out major liquidity though. I don't know. I want to see a reclaim on this one of this area. Right, it just looks like this broke below the most obvious key SR level. And yes, it did sweep this, which is good, but what do you want to see now? A reclaim above here, and then we can start talking about higher. But as long as we don't, I could see this chop below here, take out some lows, and then reclaim maybe. Or just nuke to new lows. But yeah, if I see this, it's not gonna be easy to nuke straight to new lows. That's also a reason why I think you don't want to target like 8K on Bitcoin, you know. We've also, on alts as well, we've seen months and months of just ranging, not significant downside. Well, on some we have, but it's like almost a year now that this hasn't made any significant new low. New lows incoming? Possible. I mean, anything's possible. If you're holding this, well, good luck. Good luck. If you're an investor. But anyways, I'm just giving my thoughts. I'm not trading this. I'm not touching this. As soon as it reclaims, I might be interested, but for now, I mean, let it do its thing. Aptos was beautiful, you know. We talked about this. I posted it on Twitter in two or three live streams ago. We were trading here, right? And I got asked what I thought about Aptos. And what I said was, I think it's done, you know. I think it's gonna underperform other alts and it's gonna underperform Bitcoin. And I said, what I could see is a pump from here, right? It swept some key liquidity into the first most logical area of support. So I said, yes, I could see a bounce, but I don't think we break above this, right? Sweep in there, break below, and then just start nuking. And it's exactly what happened. So I'm not looking to buy this, to be honest. This looks like it could come down even faster as it went up. Right now it's like the typical altcoin chart, you know? As I just explained, pump and then downside, 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 all the way down to the origin where the pump started, which would be here. So the first logical area for this to bounce would be down there, in my opinion. And I wouldn't buy this, I wouldn't buy this, I'd be only interested in bullish price action down there. And when it first bottoms, might look for just a day trade there, just a bounce play, but then a significant bounce maybe, all the way back down, sweep the low, and then reclaim. That's where I'll be interested in longs back towards there. But yeah, as you can see, if this plays out, we're talking about June, you know, so we'll take some time to play out. But I'm not looking to long this. Do you believe in moon phases for bullish and bearish moves? Nah, man. Are you buying Aptos for the hold portfolio? No, I don't have a hold portfolio for alts. Missed a lot of shorts because thought we would get another bounce. Now all alts are just bleeding with no bounces to short. Yeah, I should have played this better as well. I also didn't get into any shorts personally, but it's fine, you know. If you're trading a USDT account and you made money on this, as long as you don't lose the money trying to long every dip, that's fine, right? You don't have to catch every move. It's just about being consistently profitable on the long run. So just take it easy, and if you missed the down move, that's fine. Just look for new opportunities, and if we get a retest, short some. If we get to your entries, long some. Would you be interested in day trading shorts on Aptos? Maybe, yeah, to be honest. But yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult one. I don't like shorting into this, you know. then I want to short into some upside. So maybe if we sweep some highs, I'll look for some shorts. But for now, I'm just not gonna touch it. But I think this trades towards here rather sooner than later. And maybe from there, we see a bounce. And then all the way down in here. Would you agree that FTM daily demand is like 2-3% lower? Let's see. We'll do Matic and Phantom. Yeah, that's looking ugly. It's pretty sad, to be honest, that most alts just couldn't hold their retest. This was the key area, right? So order block there, boom, resistance, broke above, support, bounced, failed to make new highs, made a lower high, and now it's breaking below. So yeah, a rough one. I would say wait for around there at least. Next high time frame area of interest, maybe down here. I just don't like these market conditions for longs. It's more likely just going to chop you up than go for swings like this. So it's better to stay flat until you come into high time frame support, or see other setups, you know. And high time frame support, I'd say down here. So yeah, what was your question? 2-3% lower? I'd say 25% lower. The true demand. 2-3, where's that? Yeah, you mean this area. I mean, that would be a logical area for a bounce play, but I'm talking about bounce, you know, not this, you see? So maybe do something like this and then see a bounce, sweep some highs, and then blah, blah, blah. And then from here, that's where I think we can see some bigger upside again. Yeah, you saw the drawing on Matic. This was the level we were watching, right? And we got an initial pretty good bounce, but then just smashed back below, retested the range high as resistance, and then we just sold off. Now going for new lows. It's crazy how alts are nuking so hard while Bitcoin's just not moving, right? Anyways, first area of interest on this one. Well, I'd like to watch the weekly as well, so probably around there. I think all of these alts go for a retest of the origin of their initial pump. Because if they were truly bullish, right, we would already have seen continuation. You wouldn't get a perfect retest like that, so yeah, it's not looking good, bruv. Love from Indonesia. Hello, man. Bro, it always starts like this. First the alts bleed, then Bitcoin bleeds, then alts bleeding 2.0. Yeah, possible. Matic back to 0.3. 0.3, holy shit. But yeah, possible. I agree, things are not looking great definitely on alts. Bitcoin is holding up quite well, in my opinion, but you might be right. It's been like this a lot, where Bitcoin then just goes to shit. But anyways, I'm focused on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is king. I think alts follow Bitcoin and not the other way around. So yeah, that's how I'll be trading it. I'm in a small long, nothing big, but I think even if we see a new low, there's still a decent chance we do this and then rip and trap late shorts before lower. But anyways, I think I'll end the stream here. Thanks to my sponsors, Bybit. Shout out to them. Link is in the description if you want to join my Discord group. It's fully free. All you have to do is use the link in the description and make a deposit. All right. Nothing big. Simply trade on my Bybit link. You will also get Coin Market Manager, where you can get your equity curves and stuff. All of those paid features fully free. All you have to do is use that same link. So with the same link, you get access to my Discord group, Coin Market Manager, all paid features for free, and up to 30,000 in deposit bonus. All right. So I think that's one of the best offers out there at the moment that you can get. So it's definitely worth checking it out. Thanks guys for supporting me all of this time, all of these questions. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, if you learned something, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube. Leave a like, that helps me a lot, okay? And keep supporting me, keep liking on Twitter, be active in the Discord, right? And I'll see you in the next one. Maybe we'll do one more this week, since we didn't do one last week. But we'll see. I'll definitely announce on Discord and on Twitter. And meanwhile, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.